What's good, YouTube? I'm actually driving, going to work right now. It's early in the morning. What is it, 7:44 here in Hawaii? I know it'll be like a slight shadow on the video, so please excuse that. I'm gonna tell you, excuse that up front. I just wanted to talk to you guys this morning because I haven't posted this week, or I haven't submitted or sent a video out. And it's funny how God does things, or how God shows you or reveals things to you. So I probably call this one the revelation. So yesterday, working hard all day, and God showed me two things. One thing is we'll almost do anything for our children. And I saw that not only in myself, but actually when I went out to do anything for my daughter, I saw it revealed another time. But let's talk about it. So yesterday, just long story short, our building at work is getting ready to be renovated. And so I got to move stuff around and do some things. And I've been working hard, sweating all day. And then one of my daughters sends a message and say, can we walk today? Or are we walking today? And not to disappoint them, because they have to be in the house all day and, you know, do schoolwork or TikToks, whichever. But they're at work or at home all day doing schoolwork and TikToks, and they don't really watch TV until after I get home, but maybe listening to music. So when I get home from working hard, I say, let's go walking. I'm so tired. I don't even feel like changing. I'm walking in my jeans and my shirt that I had on all day, because I was like, I've already sweated all day, so what's the point in putting on workout clothes? I just use these. I just change my shoes. So we go and we're walking, and initially the older daughters, they walk ahead, and they're walking around at their own pace, and they kind of leave the younger one. And the younger one, she's with me, and hashtag sometimes not a good mom. When she's walking with me, I'm not really trying to pay her any attention, because I'm actually so tired, so drained. And during this walk towards the end, I decided to take off my headphones, even though I needed some wind down. At the same time, my children need me. They need some time. And especially the youngest one, because she's with me. And I'm not saying that I was well, that's a lie. I'm not saying that I wanted to ignore her. I just was trying to have a moment to myself, even though she was next to me. So I take off my headphones, or move it back, and I'm trying to communicate with her. And so we're talking, and we're looking up at the sky, because it's like 9 p.m. when we're doing this walk. Because no, it wasn't 9, it was like 8. So we look up at the sky, and she's very much my kid. That's she's still young, so she's not that young though. So she's 12, and she says, I wonder what it would look like if we didn't have all these lights in the way. And you know, it reminds me that, you know, we take for granted the stars in the sky. And she's kind of like her dad in the sense of having a semi-scientific mind, but then she has this creative nature that she gets from me, and this easily pleased, by things like that. So we look up and we can't really see the stars in the sky. So I get it in my head. I was like, so you want to see what it would look like if there was no light pollution? So I tell myself, okay, let's go. So I tell my other daughters to come get in the car, and we're driving. And initially, while we're driving, once we get out of the area, I'm like, why is it so many cars on the road at 9:09 p.m.? Because, we have the curfew and everything. And where I live close to the beach. And it's a weekday, so it's not usually crowded like that. And I'm driving and I was like, man, it must be a funeral or something. But it confused me that it was so late at night, because I don't think people usually do their long drive home. Well, anyway, fast forward about 20-30 minutes of being in this traffic line, and we turned around and we're driving back. Come to find out, somebody was supposed to graduate today, right? Just like one of my little cousins, she was supposed to graduate today. So her mom posted on Facebook, and everybody sent a shout out, and she also sent it to me via text message. Well, for this young lady, again, like I said, I'm here in Hawaii, and graduation is big. I mean, I think it's big everywhere, but if you see what kids look like at the end of a high school graduation here, it's bananas. It's cute, it's sweet, they can almost not see the way they get presented with gifts of leis and money and everything. So just imagine having a bunch of wreaths around your neck that is coming up past your nose, like right at the eye area. That's what it looked like. Some of you may know what a lei is, so it's just a whole bunch of leis or gifts or everything over you. And so come to find out, I guess she was at the front of the drive, and so she gets out of the car, and everybody's driving past her, and they're honking, and they're actually getting out of the cars, and they're giving her leis, like what would happen if she had her actual graduation and walked across the stage. At the end, all the family and friends would do that, and that to me is amazing. Well, I know it sounds like I changed the subject, but I didn't. So remember, I said we'll do anything for our children. So when I drove down there towards the beach, the one that I was trying to go to, the road was closed at the end, and when everybody turned around, I had to turn around. And that's when I saw that, and I was a little disappointed that I couldn't get to a place for my daughter where there was no light pollution. So then I drive further, and I go, and then I remember, hey, it's a place where we usually walk that is not so lit at night. We don't usually walk there at night, but I was like, okay, let me see what this looks like. So I go over there, and there's still no nowhere to really look at the stars. And I feel kind of bad, so I'm driving back, and then there's just this one little small spot. So I turn the headlights and stuff off because nobody's around me, and we're looking. She's looking the whole time, but you still can't really see like that. And then as I'm driving back to our house, I had an epiphany. And I don't remember if this is the Wizard of Oz or the Wiz or something like that, but I had an epiphany. And if you look in my very first video, I created this gardenscape, or what I call a gardenscape, but I created a path and everything, and I was sitting out there until the winds tore up my covering. But anyway, that's another story. So I don't sit out there anymore, but I remembered when I sat out there, that the stars were amazing from that area. So I took her, we got out the car and we walked to the back of the house, and I was like, look up. And she did that thing that kids do that you just love, that you actually were able to give them something that they wanted or that they needed for the moment. And she looked up and her mouth just dropped. Now, I don't know why in front of my house, well, there's the street lights are in front of the house, but behind the house, we're surrounded by other back halves of other houses. And so the light is not the same. So when you look up, you can actually see the millions of stars up there. And so she was able to look up and her mouth just dropped open, and it made me feel good. And it was when I said The Wiz or Wizard of Oz, where we go searching for things, but it's usually right outside our front door, or it's right in front of us, and we forget to look at it. So I want to put it out there to everybody. Stop searching far, whether it's miles away, or stop looking or saying, I can't wait till I get this, or I can't wait till I can do that. Even in this pandemic, we should get to a point or a place where we say, maybe I should just look up. Maybe I should just look right in front of me. And what I need is right there. So it's right outside your front door, right at your feet, and you just look up and see the gifts of God. So I hope that wasn't too jumbled, and I hope it wasn't confusing, but I just wanted you to know, look up. Be blessed. Love always, love hard. Love with the love of God. See you next time.